want to welcome everybody here. It's great to see the crowd that has turned out tonight. I just want to add mostly to what has been said here, maybe put a bit of meat on it to some extent. And again, what I'm saying is open to debate and open to discussion, but I think that discussion certainly has to be had. So what is a referendum? And most importantly, what do we mean by the road to it? For Republicans, it must be a referendum on an Ireland free from British political interference and an end to British, European, Yankee, any other imperialism, local or international. And it must be an Ireland of the people, by the people. An empowered Irish nation, that is, power from the bottom up, not from the top down. An Ireland free from exploitation, and a 32-county Irish Socialist Republic. There can be no ambiguities about this. So what is it that we're actually about? Well, James Connolly said over 100 years ago that the British government has no right in Ireland, never had any right in Ireland, and never can have any right in Ireland. And that remains the case today. The consequences of demographic change in the north, Brexit, border polls, and the One Ireland, One Vote campaign promoted by the 1916 societies may well raise the level of the United Ireland debate and could potentially contribute to actual movement on the issue itself. But never forget that from the position of those who now hold economic and political power, the main and only issue for them will be their protection of their position at all costs and their privileged positions. That will be all that they are concerned with. And when and if the quiet agreements and planning about Britain's apparent change of heart on a united Ireland, and it won't be theirs alone, are discussed in the chambers of power in Dublin, Washington, Brussels, and the boardrooms of power throughout Europe and the rest of the world, it won't take the powerful and wealthy too long to appear to change their spots and be all for a united Ireland. And the obvious question for thinking and progressive Republicans is, what or whose united Ireland are they talking about? That's the central question. Indeed, it could well happen that the majority of ordinary Irish people in the street might say, sure, the Brits are gone, or they're going, and you'll have your united Ireland. What more do you want? And proceed to vote for that. And what are Republicans going to do about that? This is where the real danger of apathy, false celebrations will arise and be exploited by those who want to hold on to their power and privilege, north and south, as just been outlined by some of the previous speakers. And of course, this train of thought will be aided and abetted by sectarianism. And the opinion formers in the papers, the media, and the chattering classes will also say, you have a united Ireland, what more do you want? Well, Connolly would have said, and did say, the Irish people will only be free when they own everything from the plough to the stars. Republicans know that every agreement since the British arrived here was supposedly made with the Brits, when in fact it was made by the Brits, and they've ignored them, every agreement up to the present day. So it would be very foolish to trust in anything that they say. There's no question that those who have a vested interest in profit and power and the politics of this will do all in their power to ensure that a united Ireland is the outcome of the united Ireland that they want. And let us not delude ourselves. They have the power now and will have it for a long time to come. To the powerful and wealthy, the demand for a united Socialist Republic is just that. It's just another demand. It's just another day at the office for them. And they will deal with it as they would with any other business transaction. And there will be no sentiment, idealism, fairness, or any other human feel that will not come into it. The continuation of their economic and cultural system, and that's important too, will be the only priority. So we've heard in recent times ideas like an agreed Ireland, or a shared space, or any other fucking euphemism that they might want to come up with. And of course, their reformists and their right-wing supporters all around us will say, but you're as good as it gets. Maybe it's a stepping stone to the Irish Republic. But we can't forget we were fooled by talk of stepping stones in 1922. We only have to look at the Tan War and the Counter-Revolution to see how the forces of capitalism, with the help of the Brits and the moral help of the bishops, were able to destroy the Republican objective of a 32-county People's Republic. The People's Republic that is clearly set out in the 1916 proclamation and later in the democratic programme of the First Dáil. And today, we're living through the same thing with a British-inspired MI5 managed pacification process dressed up as a sacred peace process. Many liberation struggles throughout history and today around the world have been hijacked by counter-revolutionaries. Families are busily preparing as we speak to do exactly that. In the event of Brexit or demographic changes, moving the issue of the 32-county Ireland coming closer. All this is part of the long road of a referendum. And again, Connolly accurately said, if you remove the English army tomorrow and hoist the green flag over Dublin Castle, unless you set about the organisation of the Socialist Republic, your efforts would be in vain. England will still rule you. She would rule you through her capitalists, through her landlords, through her financiers, and through the whole array of commercial and individual institutions she has planted in this country, and watered with the tears of her mothers and the blood of her martyrs. Connolly's prediction 100 years ago is quite clear in the shape of the corrupt and anti-people 26-county state, fiefdom, and the sectarian, putrid little state that will exist in here. So to conclude, so when or if we vote in the proposed referendum for a 32-county Ireland and a British political withdrawal, be that by an all-Ireland vote or a British proposed border poll, we need to keep in mind the forces we're up against. We need to be clear on the type of Ireland we want. In fact, we need to be absolutely clear. If we want the Irish Socialist Republic, if we want proper freedom, and if we want the Irish Socialist Republic that is stated in the IRA Constitution, Article 3.2, that volunteers fought and died for, then we need to take our direction from Connolly, the proclamation, and the democratic programme of the First Dáil. And we need to up our game now, today, tomorrow, and every other day, so that the people of Ireland see and understand what we're about. Go William Ireland.